right. All right, everybody. Welcome into NorCal Sports Network. What's up, everybody? See you guys in the chat as you're coming in. We'll wait a little bit as the notifications get sent out. Yes, welcome NorCal Sports Network. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We're heard here on YouTube and on Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcast Plus, and TikTok. I've got my A's uni on tonight, everybody. I actually got my NorCal Sports Network t-shirt. How's that, guys? Look at that. Grab the yellow one. I said, do I have a yellow one to my wife? Kind of pull one of these out of the closet for the Oakland A's domination of the Giants tonight. Bora. Wow.
What can you say?
What can you say? Yes, what can you say, everybody? But welcome, everybody, in the chat. Welcome to NorCal Sports Network. We were on earlier today for over 4 hours. We're kind of wiped out, especially after being on for over 3 last night, burning the midnight oil, as they say, this, so to speak. And we're back doing it again. But we do it because we like talking to you guys. And frankly, watching the Giants lose after doing nothing at the trade deadline is the ultimate, I guess what you say, karma.
It's just cherry on top.
Yeah. It's just, you know what? Watch the Giants go ahead and lose 5-6 straight and just get buried for the season. And it's like, oh, crap, we should have sold.
Dan, did you see the Padres-Dodgers game?
I saw 2 home runs in the 9th to tie it. What's going on now? Is it the 10th 5-5? What happened?
Padres walked it off. They just walked it off.
They walked it off in the 10th?
Guess who walked it off without looking at your phone?
I'd say Arias.
Donovan Solano.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I know Merrill and Machado hit homers in the 9th. Hey, I'm telling you guys what I told you during the trade deadline show. Look out for the Padres.
Yep.
I like what they have. They don't even have their full fleet of their bullpen yet because they haven't arrived yet. Tanner Scott and Brian Hurrick. Yeah. He'll be there. And then wait till Tatis comes back. And you got Machado now playing well. And this team Giants aren't going to catch the Padres. Forget it. And they're not going to catch the Braves. Forget it. So you got one shot, and it's the Mets and the Diamondbacks that you got to contend with, and the Pirates.
And the Cardinals.
And the Cardinals. But I think the 3 teams that they're going to that it's going to come down to is Mets, Diamondbacks, Pirates. I think those are the top 3, and I think St. Louis is a close 4th. So that means the Giants, let's see, 3 teams make it +3, that'd be 6. So if the Mets are on the outside looking, then let's say the Diamondbacks get in. So the Mets, Pirates, and Cardinals would be 7, 8, 9. That means the Giants 10. But I think that Chicago surpasses the Giants.
Really?
Even though they're floundering, I just think they have some vets. I think they finished 11th, the Giants. That's where I have them finishing. I have them finishing 11th out of the 15 teams in the National League. What say you?
I haven't looked into it really. Just looking at the standings and what the Giants did over the trade deadline and where I think they're projected, I could easily see them being 12th or 13th.
Yeah, I could see that. I had them ranked 11 through 15 at the beginning of the year. I said they will not finish in the top 2 tiers, 5, 5, and 5. There's 3 tiers of 5. I've got them in that 3rd tier. And you know what? There's some things that are pretty disgusting to me, and I want to get into it.
Let's go to the game first, though.
Yeah, let's go to the game. It was pretty much a home run fest for the Oakland A's. Did you see my Twitter post, by the way?
Which one?
Pull it up. Pull it up. I nailed it 15 seconds before it happened. I was just watching Robbie Ray struggle.
The Rooker.
Yeah, 91 pitches. I'm going, Rooker's just going to wait on a fastball here because he's not finding the plate, and he's gassed. I see a home run coming. There it is. Sensing a Rooker home run in the 5th inning, and then bang. Like it happens within 10 to 15 seconds. I was hurrying to fire it off because I thought, I'm watching on MLB streaming. I don't know how far behind I am with the live. I'm guessing 20 to 30 seconds, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But it was pretty hilarious. So I don't know. It's just, you kind of sense things when pitchers are just, and Robbie Ray looked like what you would expect Robbie Ray to look like coming off Tommy John. He had a good outing his first time, and this time pretty rough. Who was his first outing against? The Dodgers.
Yeah, it was the Dodgers.
Okay. All right. So let's get to the game. We'll just pull up the, hold on here. Let me get I always like to, I hate it when my phone, there we go. All right. Let me pull up the actual play-by-play of the ball game. All right. We get into the first inning, nothing happens there. And then in the top half of the second, Cameron homered to left field, a 371-foot blast. The A's add another one in the 3rd inning on a Butler homer to center, straightaway center, about 402 feet. Giants are doing nothing all night long. And then in the top half of the 5th, Rooker homered to left and Butler was on. Butler had earlier reached on an infield single to first. That was that little ground ball that kind of no man's land, and he just beat it out. And then Rooker followed with a home run. So Robbie Ray's line for the night, he's finished. Robbie Ray went, 4 1/3, or was it 4 2/3? Robbie Ray, 4 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 3 base on balls, 3 home runs. So not too good of an outing for Robbie Ray. And then after the A's scored 2 in the 5th to make it 4-0, it looked like they were going to open it up, but they weren't able to capitalize later with bases loaded earlier in the game. Giants don't even score until it's 5-0 after a Blade homer in the 8th. Giants get 1 in the bottom of the 8th on a nice double to right center, Marco Luciano. Look at the difference between his double and VR's. VR should have been on 3rd.
Oh my! I was almost screaming at my TV. Why are you looking at the ball? Why? Just hit the ball and run. There is no need to look at the ball. Just put your head down and run.
Dude, you're not even you're fighting for your major league life and you're watching a ball. Pete Rose would have been standing on 3rd base.
That's a sum up of what this team is. It's just bad fundamentals, not knowing where to go, where to be. I mean, just not playing hard. That's right. That's the bottom line.
And look at Luciano. He legs out that double down 5-0. You're kind of thinking, well, maybe you shouldn't take that risk, but it was kind of good. He knew he did it. He had it.
And he's hustling all the way.
Yes, he was. And as soon as he hit it, he's like, I'm making this into 2. He scores. He gets they get a wild pitch, moves him over to 3rd, and then they score on a little ground ball. And that makes it 5-1. And then I want to get to the bottom of the 9th because this was kind of bogus. Wisely pinch hits for Schmidt. What are you doing? Pinch hitting. I hate this team.
You're down 5-1.
So now you got every little advantage you try and make. So he flies out to center. Conforto walks. Then Chapman almost a double play, but they couldn't get the ball out of the glove at third base. Still almost turned 2. And then Chapman, what did he do? Steal second? I think he stole second,
Maybe,
right?
yeah.
And then, no, he got the second on a fielder's indifference. Yeah, fielder's indifference. So it's not really technically a stolen base. So then he scores on a Bailey single, which pads his WAR. That's how the guy, he's insignificant. Look, the guy went 0 for 4 and he pads his stats with a stolen base. I don't know if they actually gave him the stolen base or if they gave him defensive indifference. But then he scores and it makes it 5-2. And then I've got to listen to Kipe say, "Oh, Giants are one guy away from bringing the tying run to the plate." Like,
Be realistic, bro. Come on.
Yeah. So, gosh.
And then who did they pinch hit for in the bottom of the 9th? They pinch hit for Marco Luciano, who had a double.
No, wait a minute. Oh, yes, they did. Wade.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Get me. Just leave this team.
I mean, you sell away Soler to bring Luciano up. He's going to be playing every day. And then you pinch hit for him. This is a joke.
Absolute disgusting joke. And the Giants deserve to lose every stinking game. And let me tell you one other thing, guys. I'm going to tell you, as a ball player, and Bora, you know it, and any ball player that's ever played in the chat knows this. Los is out there. I see. You know it. The problem with this team, and Farhan is such a geek, he doesn't understand it. Derek Hill played tonight. Michael Conforto did not get traded, and you traded for Mark Canha. Now, follow this. Derek Hill, and all the players know this, is not long for this team. They look at the numbers and go, okay, Michael Conforto goes, well, I'm not getting cut. Then you look at who's next. Yaz, he's not getting cut. Ramos not getting cut. Who's the odd man out? Oh, we need a right-handed bat. It's Hill. Well, let's start Hill tonight for Conforto. What do you think that does for Conforto and the teammates, knowing that you got some journeyman starting over a seasoned pro who, by the way, is hitting 302 off of lefties this year in a sample size of about 80 plus at bats. So what that does, guys, is it leaves a taste in your mouth that you lose respect for management. And once you lose respect for the management, it's hard to just have this great camaraderie. And I don't care what anybody says on the outside. And I know they're all going to support the moves on the outside. But on the inside, those guys are just like, what am I doing here? And you know what else you're doing, Bora? You're telling other free agents, don't come here. Don't come here. Because if Farhan's involved, you're going to get pinch hit for. And the moment you go into a slump, you're benched. You can't play on this team unless you're an all-star like Ramos.
Exactly. You can't play every day. I want to go to the bottom of the 6th. Okay. We just talked about it. David VR leads off with a double. It should have been a triple. He was staring at the ball for 5 seconds. What do the Giants do in 3 consecutive at-bats after that? Derek Hill strikes out swinging. Tyler Fitzgerald strikes out swinging. Casey Schmidt strikes out swinging. Where is the situational hitting on this team? Where is the ground ball to the right side to get the runner over? Everybody's hitting for power. Everybody's trying to hit the home run. This team has no idea how to hit a line drive up the middle. This team has no idea how to hit a ground ball to the right side. They do not play situational baseball. They don't play team baseball. It's all about the individual player. It's all about the jersey on the back. They don't play for the jersey on the front. And it is sick, and I'm tired of it. It is ridiculous.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Bora. Great point. It's unbelievable. Hey guys, as you're watching here, we're up to almost 200 in here watching between YouTube and Twitter. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you would. Appreciate it. The likes, all as it does is just helps the algorithms for the channel. If you like the channel, hopefully you do. You're watching, even if you don't, do something nice for the people. Just hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We try and give you sound content, and you know what? We're here pushing it out. So hit that subscribe, hit the like button. Robert Boyd, here he is, a member. See that in the green? Robert Boyd, green. That means he's a member. And what do members do? Members get their comments posted quicker, and make all their comments get posted, and they're also get some discounts on other things, merch. They get some different shorts backstage that we won't put out in the public. So maybe some private recordings back in the green room. Nick says, who's he talking to? You're a
He's
clown.
Talking to Greg. He's talking to Greg.
Oh, calling Luciano a bust when he had the best contact of the day for the Giants. Yeah. All right. Hey, everybody, let's Greg saying I'm blocking you, Nick. You're a joke. Let's come on, guys. Come on. It's okay. Clown is allowed, but we don't want to call anybody stupid. Okay, or we don't want to call anybody an a-hole.
Only Farhan gets that.
Yeah,
treatment.
Farhan is our resident clown. But hey, our newest, look at that, Robert Boyd with the wrench. Let's go, boys. Let's be good boys. Yeah, watch out, man. Robert's got the hammer. Robert comes with a hammer, man. He's a hockey man. You don't want to get checked into the boards by Robert.
JP Sears, the starting pitcher for the A's, had a 4.80 ERA when he stepped up to the mound today. He pitched 7 innings, 3 hits, 9 strikeouts. I mean, are we serious? You let someone who had a 4.8 ERA throw 7 shutout innings against you, and you struck out 9 times. This is just complete. This is backfiring in Farhan's face, and I love it. I'm here for it. We said it so many times on the trade deadline show. If you haven't seen that, guys, check that out. Yes. He is the clown of all clowns. He does not know how to run an organization. He is an idiot. And I'm done with him. It's horrible. We'll play some clips for the chat later of Farhan's press conference today. But it was a joke. This team is a joke. He's a joke, and this organization is a joke.
Yeah, I did you see put out my tweet, because we got some highlights of Farhan. Put out my tweet what I had to say about him based on his comments. Maybe we can play those comments. What a joke. Listen to this guy. I've got a tweet where he's like, giggles. And then is this the one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do I say here? Okay, listen to this clown. Yeah, yeah. Then he's like, then he pontificates some crap about giving the young guys a shot while blocking Matos for Canna, who's the best thing he can say about. I can barely read that. Maybe you can blow that up a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Clear it up a little. Just blow it up. Okay, there we go. Nice and clear. Okay. He says, so the best thing he can say about him is, well, he will be a great clubhouse fit. Same exact words I remember he said about AJ Pollock last year. He's like, well, we really like AJ because he's a really good clubhouse fit. He knows some of the vets in here, so he's going to fit right in. And then I said, does Alex Cobb have compromising pictures of Farhan for collecting over $6.5 million while not throwing a single pitch and then getting traded to the best team in the American League? Now listen to these comments. Play it, Bora. Let's listen to this clown.
In baseball. What about the offense, which has been very inconsistent? Why not bring
John
in
Shea
a
talking
big-time hitter
Yeah.
to help support that rotation?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you'd like to have the best rotation in baseball and the best offense in baseball, but
you don't have pause.
That's
pause,
I guess
pause
something to aspire to.
You don't have the best rotation in baseball, Farhan. You are what, 19th? I looked it up, or 23rd. I can't remember, in quality starts. How do you have the best rotation in baseball? You smart ass. He's sitting there going, well, I guess it'd be nice to have the best rotation in baseball and the best hitting, but you can't have both. Pull it back a little bit. I'll be quiet.
I'll restart it. I'll restart it from the beginning. We'll just play it through.
All right.
You talked about the best rotation.
Count the ums, everybody.
What about the offense,
Yeah.
which has been very inconsistent? Why not bring in a big-time hitter to help support that rotation?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you'd like to have the best rotation in baseball and the best offense in baseball, but that's, I guess, something to aspire to. Again, I kind of mentioned this before. I think for us, the upside that we saw was, giving at bats and opportunities to some of our own guys. There are, always certain group of players out there in the trade deadline. There are players that
arms folded,
rumored out there that will end up not getting traded. A lot of those guys. So, some of it is just really a hypothetical and not really a function of availability. So you've got to kind of make decisions based on, what's real and what's attainable. And, like I said, seeing the success of some of our other young players to kind of continue in that direction, and try to give them the opportunity to build on that momentum. And again, I think that's what fans want to see. It's what we want to see. We want to see these guys who are going to be here for a long time get opportunities and hit their stride. And I don't, from an organization standpoint, from a fan standpoint, I don't think anything, gets people more excited than that. And again, for us, bringing in a guy like Mark Canha, who I think is going to be huge for our clubhouse and
for our clubhouse
and just the functionality of our roster, you're hoping those are complementary to, homegrown players, young guys who are really doing the heavy lifting. And so that's kind of the vision we hope to see.
Wow.
You know what that was? That was a whole lot of nothing.
Nothing. Lot of nothing. And him saying what he said about Canha being
that's the best you can say.
The best you could say. Yeah. And then you're saying he look, if you notice his posture, guys, he's like this, which means anytime someone's talking and their arms are folded, they're not confident, they're defensive. Right away, he was caught by the question by John Shea, why not add to the offense? And he's like, good question. It'd be nice to have, the best, not only the best pitching staff in baseball, but the best hitting. But that's, come on, who you patronizing, dude? You don't have the best pitching staff in baseball. You're not even close to the best pitching staff in baseball. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I'm talking about when I say you don't have the best pitching staff in baseball. You're not even close to the best pitching starters. Everybody says they got the best starters. You know what? Let's take a look at these stats right here when it comes to starters. How about quality starts? You want to look at quality starts? Who's got the best? Seattle, 65. Philadelphia, 58. Kansas City, 53. Pittsburgh, 51. Atlanta, 46. Houston, 46. What do those top 5 teams, or actually 6, all have in common? They're all either in the wild card or like right within a game or two. Detroit, San Diego, Baltimore, Toronto, not too good of a team. Minnesota, Yankees. Where are the Giants? I'm looking. There they are, 23. 33 quality starts with 17 wins between their starters. How is that the best starting staff in baseball, guys? That's just, this talk of, look, Blake Snell is a star right now. He has been. He got off to a horrible start. Obviously, he missed spring training and he needed it. And then he got hurt. And then he came back and then he got hurt. And now he's healthy and he's dominant. But who else is dominant? Birdsong looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Webb's looking average.
Yep.
If you take Webb's last 3 or 4 starts, he's getting beat up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the thing about Logan Webb, and I'm not going to harp too hard on it, but he's thrown a lot of innings over the last couple of years for today's game. I mean, today's game, it's a lot of innings.
Mm-hmm.
The game I grew up in, it's like he just getting started,
Right.
I mean, they threw 300 plus innings, but the Giants don't have they have potential guys. I mean, look at Robbie Ray tonight. He didn't look like one of the best starters in baseball out there tonight.
I seriously, I don't think Farhan was saying they have the best rotation throughout the year. I think he was projecting a little bit, saying we do have the best starting rotation. Even then, though, you have Snell. Okay, that's fine. He's projected to be a really good pitcher. He's one of the best pitchers in the league in the second half. That's fine. You have Webb, who's consistently been one of the better pitchers in the league. That's fine. That's 2. You have Robbie Ray. Today was his second start coming back from a major Tommy John surgery that took out, a year and a half of him playing baseball. So today was his second start back from a year and a half of not playing baseball. You have Hayden Birdsong, who's getting close to hitting his innings max. He's at 84, I think, around. His inning max is 100. So he's going to be flying past that. I don't know how much more he has in the tank. You have Kyle Harrison as well, who's getting close to his innings max. I mean, you have 3 out of your 5 starters who could be dependable, could not be. It's a little bit uncertain. So don't give me this, we have the best starting rotation in baseball. Yeah, on paper you might, but if you do a deep dive and actually analyze the actual individual players and who they are and how many innings they've pitched, you don't have the best rotation. Don't say that.
Yep. Look at Lou's comment.
Yeah, I mean, you can pitch all you want. If you don't score runs, you're not going to win.
They never score runs hardly. I mean, it is so rare that they put up more than 4 runs in a game.
It is
on a consistent basis.
Mm-hmm. It's bad. It's really bad.
Wow. Yeah. I hope I pronounce it. I don't want to mispronounce names. I think it's Asif, not Asif. It could be Asif, but Asif says, Dan, they traded Soler that opens for Luciano. What's the problem? Play youngsters, right? Yeah. Play the youngsters, but then you pinch hit for the guy.
Yeah. So you didn't play him.
It's just like, is he worthy to play and face everyday pitching? Or are you going to pinch hit for the guy? This constant trying to squeeze the biggest margin that you can because you think statistically you have a slightly better shot, but you don't account for that the guy just hit a double and is going up there confident now. The next at bat.
There's zero human element to this team. There is zero human element. It's all about the analytics. It's all about the phone, the computer geeks that just plug in the numbers. Oh, versus this pitcher, a lefty would be better, or blah, blah, blah. This person would be better. There is zero you can't analyze confidence. You can't analyze clutch. I mean, It's ridiculous. You're trying Marco Luciano. I'm going to keep on saying it. He's been your number one prospect for about 5-6 years. Let him play and let see what he can do. Raise his confidence. Just throw him to the wolves. And if he's up for the challenge, then good. Then you have a player. You're never going to know if he doesn't hit in ninth inning situations. I mean, that's what makes a player.
Yes, exactly. What happens if he comes up and knocks a 2-run bomb?
You never know, though. You never know.
And Bora, when you let me just play this out. Let's say you come up in the 6th inning and you smash a double, 7th inning, whatever it is, and then you're due up again in the 9th, and you're like in the dugout waiting, for your spot. You're feeling good.
You're hyped up. You're feeling good. You're confident,
and you're like, dang, I feel good. That last one, because when you get one off, when you hit it square, man, isn't it one of the best feelings?
You feel like you can hit anything.
Yeah. And so you're getting all worked up, ready for your bat, and then your time comes and it's like,
yep. Sorry, you're out. You're out.
I'm sending Lamont up for you if your turn comes up. What does that do? What does that do?
It just completely destroys your confidence, and it destroys your confidence in the organization that you've developed with. You want to have complete at-bats. You want to have at-bats where you can just prove to the management and ownership and front office that you can be a player on this team, in this league. And if you just keep on getting pinch hit for, you don't get that opportunity, and your confidence gets kind of out there. It goes down. Asif, I don't know if it's Melvin. It could be, but the common denominator from Kapler and Melvin has been Farhan, and we've seen it over and over. It's been the platoons. It's been the pinch hits. Remember, on Luciano's major league debut, what did they do for him, Dan?
Pinch hit for him after he had already got a hit, and everybody was just ecstatic that he finally arrived. We've been hearing Marco's name for over 5 years. He comes up last year, and what do they do? 7th inning, they're up 5-3. I remember the game well, and they pinch hit for him. I couldn't believe it.
It's top to bottom. The whole organization is. Everybody needs to go. I'm convinced that it's an organizational problem. It's not just one person. You can't just say it's the owner. You can't just say it's Farhan. It's everybody, and everybody. Yep. The organization needs a reset. It does.
Yep. Lowe says the body language is bad tonight. Farhan took what little heart the team had left. Go see Oz and find a new one. Yep. You need the what is it? The Scarecrow wanted a new heart. Yeah, the Scarecrow needed a new heart. My goodness. I tell you, guys, I can't emphasize this enough to you. And I know I talk about it a lot about playing. When I talk about playing, I do not want to come across as talking down to you guys. That's not it at all. I bring it up so you give you a perspective from what the players are really thinking, because you can, if you didn't play the game, think about it, switch it around into a situation that makes something to you. You did something really well at your work, you're feeling really good, and then your boss overlooks you for something because gives somebody else a chance, even though you're better. It just that kind of thing. This is what happens to players' mindset. Now, when you got a team that's winning and that's clicking, and there's situations like that come up, guys understand for the betterment of the team. But when you're a losing team and you're shuffling guys up and down, pulling guys in and out of the lineup, they're in one day, here comes Joe Schmo playing now, and now Joe Schmo is not even on the roster a week later. And, this is what Farhan does. He juggles it so much that these guys don't know what to they don't want to look. They're looking over their shoulder more because like, oh, who's coming after me? There is no sense of camaraderie team If there is, it's contrived. It's not real, because the guys that feel like they've been jettisoned or cheated out of playing, they'll go along, but but inside they're just fuming. They're fuming. And they can't wait to get out of here. Why do players want to leave all the time? They opt out. They just opted out. I'm not going there.
It's so hard to have continuity within your team, just because you're constantly swapping players in and out for at-bats. You're constantly DFAing and acquiring players. I mean, you brought in Mike Baumann for one appearance, and he's kicked out. He's DFA'd. What's the guy who started today? Hill? Is it Hill who started today?
Derek Hill.
Derek Hill.
He won't be on the roster tomorrow.
No, I guarantee he'll be DFA'd for Mark Canha, and if he's not, he'll be gone within the week.
Yeah, if they decide to move Sable down for something and go back down, and then they keep Hill for a little bit, it's temporary.
Exactly. And I mean, these young kids, Casey Schmidt, Brett Wisely, Marco Luciano, they don't know when they're going to be pinch hit for. They don't know when they're going to hit. They don't know when they're going to be optioned back down to AAA, because there's no communication with these players, and there's just no team. There's no comfortability. They don't know that they belong. They should know that they belong on a major league field, and they just don't know that yet because Farhan's diminished their confidence.
Yeah, exactly. Unbelievable.
Yeah, let's play this other Farhan clip today. Describes Mark Canha as the perfect fit.
Those couple of trades were really about creating opportunities for young players, which has been, the catalyst for some of our best play so far. And then kind of here at the buzzer, Bob got a hold of the car keys and brought in another one of his guys. So, Mark Canha is just like a perfect fit for this roster with, his versatility, ability to play the corners, play first base, start, come off the bench.
Hold on.
Mark Canha is just like a perfect fit for this roster.
Yeah, he pauses for 5 seconds because he can't name one reason why Mark Canha is a perfect fit for this roster.
Right.
His versatility, ability to play the corners, play first base, come off the bench. We're very left-handed in the corner, so he fits that perfectly. And I think the relationships he has in the clubhouse, which obviously Bob can speak more to, and really the city and this region, just a great fit for us. And I know people are excited about it. So that's kind of our thinking in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's not your thinking. You said it was Bob Melvin's thinking. If Bob Melvin didn't do anything, you wouldn't have gotten Mark Canha. You would have gotten nobody. It's absolutely ridiculous. He has nothing nice to say about Mark Canha except for his defensive positioning. He can play multiple positions, and he's a great clubhouse guy. How about his actual stats? You can't, because he's a horrible player this year. He's batting .231 with 7 homers. I mean, that's your major trade deadline acquisition. You say this, the whole reason why we decide the first 3 moves were for the young kids. Okay, you sold Soler for Luciano, then play him. Don't pinch hit for him in the 9th inning when he's already had a double. Are you kidding me?
Unreal. Totally unreal. This is just this guy. I don't know how people, I just don't understand how ownership just continues to just let this guy do what he does and not look at the national scene. I mean, basically MLB Network is just mocking what the Giants are doing. Dan O'Dowd is like, what are the Giants trying? What are they doing? Are they trying to win? That's great. If they're trying to win, then why are you trading Soler? If you're trying to win, it's like, if you're trying to win, it seems like you would go out and get some hitters, right?
You actually go for it.
Yeah. And the perfect opportunity, the relievers were the big thing this year. They always are. But you could have traded Taylor Rogers and got something decent. He signed for next year too. Wow.
You could have gotten even. Here's the thing, though. Even if they got rid of Taylor Rogers, they wouldn't pay any of his salary, so they wouldn't get a nice prospect in return, because it's all about getting rid of the money. You could have. That's the fact of it. Dan, let me ask you this: do you think, and this is for the chat too, you guys can answer this, do you think the Giants got better or worse after the trade deadline?
Oh, worse.
100%, right?
100%.
It's not even a question, really.
Yeah.
You get rid of Soler. Soler was kind of productive in his last few weeks here. He was getting up there. And you got rid of Cobb, who, quite frankly, could have been a nice starting rotation depth piece, where you could have considered having a 6-man rotation of Webb, Snell, Ray, Birdsong, Harrison, and Cobb. That would help Cobb out returning from injury. It would help Ray out returning from injury. It would help Birdsong and Harrison with both of their innings max. It would help everybody. And who'd you get in return for Alex Cobb? You got some 19-year-old lefty pitcher who's in rookie ball, who's not going to be contributing to this team for another 3 to 4 years. It's absolutely ridiculous. You say you wanted to, your words, oh, I 100% believe we can make the playoffs. Then why did you get rid of Soler? Why did you get rid of Alex Cobb? It makes no sense. And if you have confidence in Marco Luciano to be able to be that DH and to be able to take the reins that Soler left, why are you pinch hitting for him in the 9th? It doesn't make any sense. There's too much flip-flop in this organization. There's too much, we say we'll do this, we'll do another thing. It's too much.
Too much. Exactly. Just it's gotta end. Look at pull up Will Martinez's comment. Good one there. I don't know if you see. It says, I bought a champagne bottle tonight so I can have one ready when the Farhan Zaidi out as Pobo with the Giants report comes through the following day after the season ends. That would be sweet. That would be sweet.
That would be one of the better days of the Giants franchise, I think.
Absolutely, man. Right now, it's hard. It's hard to see the Giants be in this state. I mean, the A's look more like a team.
The A's are
with more
exciting
talent
to watch.
I enjoyed watching the A's tonight. It's the first game I've watched with them all year. They got some mashers.
And
some young talent.
If it wasn't for Patrick Bailey and his ridiculous pop time and release time, they would have 3 stolen bases.
Right.
So I mean, they play hard. They're an exciting team to watch. The Giants.
And next year they're going to be even more exciting in Sacramento.
I think so. They have some young players. It's going to
sell out in Sacramento. People are going to be ecstatic about the A's up there.
Oh, and hitters are going to go crazy in that ballpark. It's going to be hot. It's a smaller ballpark. I mean, the A's are going to be significantly better next season. They're going to keep Brent Rooker. They're going to keep Mason Miller. They have some prospects. The A's don't sleep on the A's next season.
Yeah. The A's are just, they're building, and they're probably going to be ahead of the Giants at some point in the next couple of years.
Probably if Farhan continues to be in charge of the Giants, I wouldn't see it. I wouldn't not see it, I should say. It's a possibility.
It really is crazy. It really is absolutely crazy. So I don't know. Gosh, what do we got in the chat?
Oh, what do you think of the Ramos ejection?
I think that the umpire had a quick trigger. I don't think Ramos would say anything too crazy. He looked shocked. Like, what did I say? I think he probably said, like, come on, that was high. Something like that.
Do you think Bob Melvin should have gotten ejected, or do you think it was fine?
I think he should have went out there and got him. I don't know. I would have argued enough. At that point, you're down.
Right. You gotta boost the team a little bit, provide a spark, and defend your player. Don't just talk with the guy. Get in his face, and argue for your player.
Yeah.
Argue for your team.
Let's get to this super chat. Go ahead and read that one for me, Bor. I'm going to look through the others, make sure I didn't miss any.
DL Maita. I hope I'm not pronouncing that wrong. Am I the only one after today who thinks Farhan is purposely sabotaging this team because he knows he is on his way out? I can't imagine someone can be this ignorant unintentionally. It's a good question to put out there. I don't know if he knows he's on his way out. I think if he knew he was on his way out, he would be trying to do a lot more than to just do another Mark Canna at the deadline. I think he would have tried to go out and do something, because in this business, if you're a GM, and you intentionally sabotage this team, you're not getting another job in your lifetime with an organization. You're done for the rest of your career, and you're not getting a job. But I mean, it's a question to pose, just because we as fans don't understand the level of incompetence and clownery that he has brought this organization with his dumbfounding moves. And it's mind-boggling the amount of moves he hasn't made and the amount of bad moves he has made. We've gone through this a million times. The past 4 or 5 years, starting with like La Stella, Stripling, Haniger, Wood, Mania.
It is befuddling to me, because you've got guys in the Giants media and the Bay Area media that have called out Farhan, Joe Shasky, Bonta Hill,
even Alex Pavlovich.
Alex a little bit, Larry Kruger, Damon Bruce. There's others. Us. I mean, I think we've led the way because we've been saying it every day for a year plus.
Yeah.
So we have been on it, relentless. And people say, let off of Farhan. Why do you keep going? Because he needs to go, guys. He's absolutely pathetic. Look at this team. You have resources, and he doesn't know how to run a ball club. It's run by a spreadsheet, period. There's nobody that has, look, let me tell you this, the eye for talent, as Mark Gray says, he has no eye for talent. He had Elliot Ramos right under his nose, and he didn't even want to play him. Didn't even give him an opportunity in spring training to make the club. In spring training, a 24-year-old, a former number 1 draft pick, a guy who hit 300 in the minors last year, he wouldn't even give him a fair shake because he thought Austin Slater was better, and he thought Mike Yastrzemski was better than Elliot Ramos, without even giving him a single opportunity to make it. And you know what, guys? Elliot Ramos, what you have this year, and you got to witness him make the All-Star team, and what an awesome thing that was, right? That was a just unbelievable thing to see. The Giants actually get a homegrown outfielder for the first time in 40 years, make an All-Star team. But you know what, guys? It would not have happened had not Jung-Hoo Lee, Austin Slater, and Michael Conforto all got injured within a few days. And that prompted them to bring up Ramos. And Ramos basically just slammed the door shut and said, I'm the man. and there's no way I'm going back down, and you're not taking me out of this lineup because I belong and I'm an all-star, and you just need to see it. Now, Farhan didn't see it, but
He's
Farhan,
blind.
he didn't see that. But then what else has he not seen? He hasn't seen anything with Luciano. He doesn't let Fitzgerald. He missed on Fitzgerald. He sends him down.
Because he gets picked off.
And he does. And so they got to play Nick Ahmed. Are you serious? And then he signs all these guys that he has to get rid of. He has to undo within a year. And it's just like, and who else did he mess up on? How about Carlos Rodon trading him because he thought they were in it when everybody knew they were not in it and not good enough team. They had lost like 7 straight games right before the trade deadline in 2022. What does he do? I think we have the horses. We're just a 10-game winning streak away from being right back in it. That was his quote, I swear. He said, we can get on a big winning streak and get right back in it. Yeah, and pigs will fly over the moon someday too, Farhan. I mean, come on. Give me a break. This guy has missed every opportunity to do something well. What has he done? He hit on Rodon, but then he didn't trade him. He hit on Gosman, and then he didn't re-sign him. Okay? And then the rest of his stuff, give me somebody that he's actually hit on that, look, Snell, here's another one. You'd think the guy would have learned after the Rodon situation in 22. He's got an opt-out. Wait, he's pitching really good. Dang, this guy's going to be really highly valued and wanted.
Oh, it's a seller's market.
Oh, Jesus, a seller's market. I might be able to, you know what? If we pay his salary, I might be able to get a superstar young type talent back in a deal. But no, what does he do? He hangs on to Snell. Now, there's basically 3 options that can happen for Snell, and none of them favor the Giants. Here they are. He can continue to pitch like he's pitching, and the Giants miss the playoffs because they're not going to make the playoffs. And he pitches great, and Snell walks. Number 2, Snell pitches like crap, and he decides, I'm opting in. And now you've got maybe a pitcher who's only thrown 3 or 4 really good games. And number 3, the worst of all, and I wish this not to happen for Blake Snell's sake, he blows out his arm, and he's back next year, unable to pitch, and you got to pay him $32 million plus the $16 million bonus or whatever, however it works. I guess it's a total of 62, the bonus in there. I'm not even sure how that contract works. Mm-hmm. But those 3 options, which one? I guess there's one option that's so minuscule that could happen, Bora, but so unlikely, and that's that Blake Snell pitches the Giants to the World Series victory, and he's just Madison Bumgarner in the World Series.
I'm going to say that there's like a 2% chance that happens, if that.
Yeah. I mean, but you know what? The way Farhan thinks, he's banking on that as the best option.
He exactly. He thinks the best option is the most realistic option. That's what he's banking on. That's where he's putting all.
Or you should say he thinks the best option is actually the most unrealistic option. That's
true. Yeah.
Nick says 0. I think he may have looked up the odds. Nick, one of our members there, 0.0007% chance of the Giants winning the World Series. I think, is that the actual odds? Because I know their odds to make the playoffs is, look it up. I bet you their odds to make the playoffs after tonight's back down to about 13.8%.
Giants' percentage to make the playoffs is 12%. The World Series win is 0.6%.
So there it is. That's it right there, 0.77. It's probably 6.67, rounded it up. Okay, Look at that, guys. Take a look at that. Do you think the odds makers are idiots? You think if you're so good, you should go. If you're so confident in the Giants, go put a Benjamin down right now and put a Benjamin down for the Giants to win the World Series, and you will be very happy if that happens. You'll make a lot of money.
Yep.
But
I mean, we can talk for hours and hours about the miscues that Farhan has caused this organization. It's just there are endless things to talk about, and it's so tough because I mean, here's another one. Re-signing Cobb last year. You knew he was going to have hip surgery. And you signed him to how much, Dan? $10 million?
Yep, $10 million. They
You
could have
gave him
just
$10
paid him the
million.
$2 million option and let him walk.
You paid him $10 million for nothing, and you trade him away for a 19-year-old nobody. I mean, you could have probably paid him the $2 million and then signed him for $4 or $5 million, and he would have accepted
Correct.
that.
Yep.
There's no. It baffles my mind the moves he makes, and he gets there are no repercussions for his actions. There aren't. I don't know what is going on in the front office, in Greg Johnson's office, but there's no reason why he should be okay with this and he should be accepting this.
Yeah. Farhan has to, the Giants just have to move off of him if they want to be respectable. I mean, listen, Dan O'Dowd, former GM of the Colorado Rockies, questioned the MLB. I was listening to it this afternoon, and he questioned the panel. He said, what are the Giants trying to do? And he asked it as a question, are they trying to win? And he said, if that's the case, we applaud them. But what are you trying to do? If you're trying to win, you just got worse. And are you trying to rebuild? You didn't. You didn't get nothing for the rebuild.
Nothing.
Yeah. It really is bizarre. Absolutely bizarre that the Giants have this guy as president of baseball ops. I can't even, the word president. It's like, I mean, oh my goodness. Wow. It's the best day is going to be when the Giants end the season, and hopefully they end it just in a crash, and they fire Farhan and they say enough is enough. We can't take it anymore. We've got to go in a new direction. Because if the Giants somehow start playing well and finish just short, I don't care if they don't make the playoffs. If they finish over 500, they're not going to fire Farhan.
Nope.
They've got to finish 5-6 games under 500, maybe just under 500 and miss the playoffs, just for hopefully ownership to say, how long can we do this? As Chris Mad Dog Russo said a few months ago, what does this guy have a job forever? What's this guy got a job forever? I mean, tell me where I can go and you can have what has he been there? He said 6 years, 7 years. 6 years? Where can you go 5 out of 6 years and not perform and still have a job?
It's unprecedented, really. I am curiously intrigued why no one in the media has point blank asked Farhan, you've had you haven't made the playoffs in 6 or 7 years or 5 or 6 years, whatever it is. Why do you think you're the man to run the helm? Why do you think you should
ask that question?
It's a simple question, and I guarantee you he can't come up with an answer other than, oh, well, thankfully I have the support of ownership and Greg Johnson, and we have a great future He can't provide evidence on why he should be in charge. He can't.
Yeah, that'd be a great question. Hey, Farhan, if you were in charge if you were the owner of this club, would you rehire yourself after the 5th of 6 losing seasons? Ooh. Would you hire yourself to come back? Man, I'd love to see him squeam with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
no one will ask him.
Yeah, not in the Bay. In New York, oh my goodness, they'd be firing
it. It would have been asked 2 years ago.
Yeah, Nick says Lowell Cohn would ask that question. Yeah. I mean,
maybe we need Grant to get a temporary Giants pass.
Yeah. That would be awesome. Guys, Lowe says Bora is 1,000% correct. This is a total organizational meltdown. Owners are allowing Farhan / Patulia plus Melvin to run this club. Get rid of all of them, please. We need good content. Yeah. Oh man, this is good content, man. Just talking about Farhan, man. So we're looking. Maybe we might just make a shirt, guys, that says "Fire Farhan" on one side and him with a bobblehead of him with the laptop. We've got part of the makeup of the laptop, but we need it to be whoever did that. It was great. Who put that together?
Victor.
Again?
It was Victor, I think.
Victor, are you out there, Victor? If you could remake that with this pitch, the picture that, how can I send a picture to Victor? I've got pictures on my phone. Look at this one.
That's perfect.
Look at that bobblehead.
Just have a computer in front of him.
That plaid shirt. There's another one. He's kind of giddy if you want to get him smiling. And yeah.
I love that you've taken pictures of this.
And there's another one. Look at that. Look at that one. Look at that boiler. Look at that. Look at those glasses. Side. No beard, though. No beard. We need a updated bobblehead. And maybe we can do it as a giveaway at Oracle Park. They're giving away everything else. So, guys, hey, we have been going nonstop since almost nonstop, it feels like. From last night, what did we come on, about 9-ish?
I think so, yeah.
Somewhere around 9-ish after the Solaire trade. Yeah, just before 9. 8:55, I think we set it up for. The trade was announced about 8:35. We threw everything together, put the show together, and got on board at 8:55, stayed on past midnight, then came back today at 11:45 until a little after 4 o'clock to do a trade deadline show that was a fizzle as far as covering for the Giants. Just a complete flop. Nothing happens. And then we're back on here tonight, and we've been going for just over an hour. We're about ready to kind of say we're a little tired, and we think we're going to kind of start to end the show a little earlier tonight, guys. But we definitely want to thank you for joining. If you're here, please hit that like and subscribe button. That would mean a lot to us here at NorCal Sports Network. Just go ahead and hit that like. Make some comments on the show if you'd like. Look, we're here to bring you Giants content. You know, we're not the only game in town. We hope you join us, but there's other good quality content out there as well. So we like to think that we shoot it straight and give it to you from a perspective of being a Giants fan for 55 years. 55 years. Bora, probably good 10 years, but he got to see all the great years of the Giants, so he grew up when it was exciting. Los, been a fan for 40 plus years. And, you know, we all grew up in the Bay Area. For Bora and Los, right in the heart of the city. For me, East Bay, but a diehard as a Giants fan. And all of us, you know, we didn't just watch ball. We played the ball game itself and all of us played at a pretty high level. I mean, high level, high school. I mean, it's not super high. I mean, college is probably high level, but still playing through high school, it's not easy. There's guys that throw pretty hard when you get to high school too. There's guys that, you know, throw it over 90 plus and they'll put it in your chin too. So we just want to, you know, just be here to talk about Giants, but we're also here to talk about 49ers. So be ready. We're going to be talking 49er football. So for those of you in the chat that love the 49ers, you know, stay tuned. Watch us. We're going to put some great 49er content out. Our content will be more up here because we're not privy to being at the practices. But again, we can give you the analysis on that. If you're a hockey fan, you'll like Sharks Talk with some of our guys. And if you're a Golden State Warriors fan, NBA fan, you'll love that. Tomorrow, we'll probably do I think the Olympics are on tomorrow. Maybe, what time's the Giants? What time's the U.S. men's team play tomorrow? They play South Sudan. Does anybody know what time that tip-off is?
I'll look it up and tell you in the green room.
Yeah, we'll probably do a little a show. So look for a little show maybe tomorrow, just to try to hit a little U.S. men's Olympic basketball. And then tomorrow night, we'll be back for the Giants A's postgame show. Hey, and guys, we got something new I want to do. We're not going to do it tonight, but maybe tomorrow night. This is something that is right up Los's alley, okay? Have you guys heard of the Immaculate Grid?
Ooh, yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, we're gonna do a little Immaculate Grid tomorrow. It's gonna be Los playing Immaculate Grid, and then maybe I'll play a little Immaculate Grid, and we might need some help from the chat, but we'll first see if we can do it ourselves. It's kind of a trivia game, and it's pretty fun. I've seen it done before, so some other channels do it. I've seen Eric over at Hum Baby do it. It's pretty fun. So we'll give it a shot. 12 noon tomorrow for USA Hoops. So we'll come on a short little show tomorrow about 3 o'clock probably. A little quick breakdown of the men's basketball game against South Sudan, and then back tomorrow night at 9:30 for Giants A's postgame. Please hit that like and subscribe button. It would really mean a lot. It helps our channel grow. It really does. Again, we're on YouTube, obviously, and X, formerly known as Twitter. People watching us right now on Twitter and here on YouTube. Hit that like button, subscribe. Also, you can pick us up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on TikTok. So we're putting a lot of content out, guys. We appreciate you guys being part of NorCal. We also have a membership. Guys like Nick are a member. Let's see who else is members. Anything you see in green, or that I see in green, are members. I know Nick's a big member, and then we've got a member from Red. Red, one of our mods, is a member. Robert is a member and also a mod. I'm trying to look for some other members in there. But hey, look, and then we'll have guests on here and there. But tomorrow night, guys, back at 9:30, Bora and I, maybe Los. Hopefully Los will be able to join us, play a little Immaculate Grid. That'll be a fun game. And we'll try and do that just to get off of just talking about the Giants, because I can't talk about the Giants for 3 hours when they're this bad.
No.
It's tough. It's tough.
365 days a week. It's 365 days a year. It's
wow.
Tough.
Yeah. Hey, anybody that could do that, hats off to the guys that do it 365. Seriously, hats off to those guys. If other channels want to do that, they're better than I am then, because I can't do 365 on the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, we will see you tomorrow night at 9:30. Again, 9:30 tomorrow night. Also, don't forget, roughly around 3 o'clock, if you're following the USA men's basketball team, do a little breakdown on that around 3 as a post game for that. Bora, any closing thoughts?
No, Giants lose to the A's of all teams right after Farhan does nothing at the deadline.
And the A's don't have two. Their two closers are gone. Miller's on the IL, and then Urseg got traded today.
Yeah.
So they had their third guy come in and shut it down, Ferguson.
Let's see it keep on happening.
Yeah. That actually, you know what? Hopefully, I can maybe wear this again tomorrow. We'll see. But guys, we'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Again, hit that like and subscribe button. We're out. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.